hopefully we are good to go. Let's have a quick check. We are, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Graham. Right, hopefully. There we go. We are good to go. Right, we are live. We are down the Thames. And I'm about to try and catch some fish on a feeder. My son's here with me. He's catching some fish on the whip. He's already had a couple. Despite me telling him to fish to the left, he's now started fishing to the right, right under where I'm going to cast the feeder. He's smiling because I just told. Didn't I just tell you to fish to the left?
Yeah, but it goes across.
Oh, okay. All right. Just strike to the left, yeah? Right, and I've clipped up, and I haven't. This is first cast. Here we go. This is the first time ever I've fished with a feeder up in the air. I haven't quite sorted out how I want stuff, and that's a bite straight away. I thought that might happen. Right. So we've got a few hours this morning, and I thought we'd come down after yesterday and look to catch the fish that the river is presenting to us, and then see about bonus fish afterwards. And I think that this approach, I should get some good results. I'm going to have to just mess about with my setup a little bit as we go. I'm just going to recast that. Come on, have any bait on the end. What you caught? Alright, put it in the keep there. You got to keep that out, take a little catch shot. Yeah, I've had those maggots nailed by a bleak or something on the way in, I guess. So I'll start on dead maggot. And I'll put nothing in the feeder, I don't think. Just apart from some ground bait. Oh, kingfisher. Look at that. Just a few. Oh, no, don't throw ground bait on this line, please, son. Just maggot. Just maggot. Oh, it looks really nice. There's absolutely loads of boats to my left. So that's going to be the pain of the day. But they don't start moving till about 9 o'clock. Everyone likes a lion. I should have named this video Whip Fishing Down the River Thames with Lewis. Can we make that 3 or 4 maggots, I think, son? Yeah? Your rig's twisted up. So yeah, right, here we are, down Thames. Morning, everyone. I'm expecting to catch some roach, chublets, dace, bleak, maybe a pike. We'll see. But I've never fished the feeder on the river like this before. Although it wasn't very difficult to get my box down here on the trolley. Short walk. So this could become a regular thing, I think. Right, I'm going to put some freebies. I've got some chopped worm, I've got some pellets. Put a few pellets. A little bit of chopped worm in here, I think. Let's put some food out in this cast. I have clipped up, just fishing in the middle of the river. and there's no flow really. It's a 25 gram feeder. Just sit a bit more to the right, and it's a marine halibut ground bait from Dynamite, which was more a case of what looks suitable. There's a bite. I think that's my first. Is there fish on the end of that? I think there might be. A gudgeon. A gudgeon. Excellent. I'm so happy about that. Oh, wriggly gudgeon. There we go. Right, I'll just sort the camera out. I don't know if it's high enough or low enough. Oh, I love that. I could catch gudgeon all day long, you know. I think they're great fish. You see that skill there, casting out the feeder while my son's trying to flick out his whip. Oh, it bites straight away. Yeah. Nope.
This is a lot more interesting than barbel fishing.
Yes, he just. So he just said this is a lot more interesting. Oh, it's a lot more interesting than barbel fishing. Yesterday morning we came out trying to catch some chub and barbel, and there wasn't a lot going on, that was for sure. But I said we would come down again tomorrow this morning and get some bites. Just thinking about the size of this feeder and how much ground bait I'm going to end up putting in to bite straight away. There's a lot of fish in this stretch. And you need to go that way then. That's it. There's a lot of fish in this stretch, and if I'm emptying one of these feeders in every couple of minutes, there's going to be quite a lot of bait, so I might put a smaller feeder on.
Or just don't fill it to the top with filling every 2 times.
Yeah, I could not fill it, that's true. That is an option. 3 to 4 maggots, that's it. Oh, that was 5, but it's better. I'm going to bite straight away. It's not very deep. I'm going to have to try and count that down. Need to get used to seeing what bites are like. I've just got my standard 1.5 ounce tip on the rod tip. Son, in a second, can you move that rod bag so it's not sticking out towards the tow path? I'll grab it now. It's not going to move. Oh, Thea, can you grab it? Because I don't want to lose the connection for the phone. Pass me the whip. Pass me the whip. You can't walk over there. Just move it and put it along the side of us. That's it. Okay. Right. So immediately I'm thinking about putting a piece of this worm on. Just put a bit of chopped worm on. Now I'm told that there are bream in this stretch of river. I'm just thinking how I'm going to get past. Oh, it's probably a load of silvers.
That was not a bite.
Okay.
I just took it out of the
There's mosquitoes around still this morning. Okay, so that gave me a better bite and a better fish on that piece of chopped worm. Okay, what's this? What are you? You are a decent little chubbler. That's all right. So I think we'll do that again then. Little piece of chopped worm.
I might do that as well. Let's do this.
Okay, a little piece of chopped worm. They taste a little chub. I really have trouble identifying the difference when they're that small.
And I've got like 3 days and still not a free chub and pretty sure
Okay. Alright. So decent fish straight away. Happy with that. Another bite. So how much that's on the end of there? Yeah, that's on the end of that. Roach. It's a nice roach. I should put my application in for the Thames Festival. This is lovely. The river is still, we've had a bit of rain, but nothing to make a difference to this river. I just want to see if I can work out how deep that is later. Or next cast. Thump, 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 thump. You were always risking that, the way that you were flicking that up.
Just missed the back one.
Yeah. I don't know, I've just got to learn how much of a thump, thump, thump has this tip got to give for the conclusion that the fish is on. So can you flick it more to the left? I think so. Have a little roach. Oh, we're going to have crowds of people behind us today, I think.
This is the smallest fish as well.
Yeah. Let's use that absolutely battered piece of worm and see if anything wants it.
Put a worm on and then I'll catch the smallest thing else.
Need to get myself a better backrest for the rod. I'm fishing like this. This is great. I'm loving this. That way. See, really, that float wants to be heavier. Gram, probably. It's just a 0.6 gram pole float he's using on the whip, which is the biggest float that I owned, or the heaviest. Right, Right, so you can still get a bite on a piece of worm that's got nothing in it apart from the skin of a worm. So I'll put some more feed in this time. I'm going to put, just having to think about this, if I scale down the feeder, let's put some more stuff in. Does the camera angle look alright, everybody? Can you see the, I think you probably can. Let me know if you can see the tip. So I'm going to put some chopped worm, some chopped worm and some pellets in with that ground bait. Caught a perch. I catch a £3 perch.
I'm trying to do.
Okay. A little piece of worm, I think. And then we'll put that chopped worm.
Wait, should I put him in? Is he going to eat them?
No, he's not going to eat them. So we'll keep going with this feeder. We'll put until at least I've used up the ground bait that's in here. I've made up 2 bags of ground bait.
Like this, then one
So I think we got plenty. Numbers of fish, son. Yeah, if you come down the river here and fish with a whip. No, can you not flick it up like that, sweetheart? All right. The first time wasn't bad enough. Now you've absolutely nailed the rig. Right. No good. It's coming off.
I'm going to end up putting a fish in with my hand.
Well, that's the danger. You need some practice in making rigs so it's not as brutal as this looks. Maybe just put that on that tray. Maybe that's better for a minute. Yeah, it's better.
Should I take the whole thing off?
Yeah, you remake the rig, son. Well, don't remake the rig if you're going to do the same again straight away. Rig 13, and 15. There you go. We had a big discussion about fishing the whip underneath me fishing the feeder before we started, and he concluded that he wanted to push ahead with it instead of taking turns on the feeder, which I kind of get. But everyone's probably sitting there going, "You brutal father." Okay, so the side tray works better than the rod rest. It's not the right rest for what I'm trying to do. Huh? Yeah, I'll get you one. There you go. There you go. scissors. Okay, so it works on the side trail, right? And let's bring that into it. Oh, brilliant. Let's keep putting that bait in. What's that doing? Chop worm. A bit more pellets. There's clearly a load of fish there, so let's give them something to eat. I think I'll go back to about 5 foot deep, I think. Count that again next cast. So I've got some other things to try. I've got some pinkies, I've got some corn, live maggot, dead maggot, worm. I expect I'm going to get bites on everything that I chuck in. So many fish, I think, in this stretch. So many silvers. But let's see if a bonus fish comes along. And this stretch of the river's fished, but it's not really fished. You know, it's, when I say that, some people come along and they'll throw in, you know, maybe half a pint of maggots over half a day. I don't think anyone really puts a volume of bait in to try and catch fish. So we'll see what happens. So it's sitting there without a bite this time. Just put a lot of particles in, maybe that's the consequence. What's that? What's that?
Tons of ross.
Yeah, there are. So they're after the stuff. So we just have to. Yeah, there are a few, aren't there? They decided they want some food. So what we're going to do is just put a box. We have to put something behind us. Oh. So the other way to do that whip, I can't see quite where my line is, but if you just go overhand, maybe that's a solution to the situation. See there, no bite at all. Let's just redo that with a plain feeder. There's some dead maggot again. Huh? Yeah, that was a piece of worm that's not on the hook, so that may explain it. Switch back to a couple of dead maggots. Let's go with 3 dead maggots. A plain feeder. You can still keep chucking some maggots on your peg, by the way, while you set up onto it. On that little line. So have you caught on that line? Perch? Perch, chub, dace. They've just, a load of small fish have just topped on my ground bait where I've cast in. Which was what was happening yesterday when we came looking for some chub and barbel. As soon as I would put any ground bait in, the small fish would
There's not on the hook.
would boil on top. No, blood knot, 7 turn. Right, simple setup today. I've just got a cage feeder running down on a link swivel, cut number 4 shots, twizzle boom, 013 hook length, size 18, micro barb hook from Guru.
You know how
I'll tie it if you need me to tie it, son. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back through the hole. It's got to be tight. You can't do it loose. So have you taken the line off before you tied the hook, son? Yeah, no good. So you need to have the line still on the spool and put the spool between your knees, and then you can create the tension to hold the line and then tie the hook. Okay, so we've gone bite, 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 bite. Maybe I've missed the bite and they've eaten the maggots because I was chatting to my son.
just looking for one hook.
You need more line out. You need more line off the spool. Oh, interesting, why no bite? There's going to be no maggots on this hook. Oh no, there is. Okay. I've often wondered, does it go a bit quiet here? When you catch a few fish, you make a little bit of noise. I was always wondering if a pike would come in and spook a small fish. Let's see if I can get a bite. Pay attention for a minute. Okay, that's an indication. Indication. It's difficult for me to know when to hit those, you know. How many little bounces has it got to do before you go, right, I'm going to strike that? Short. I have to speak to my friend Mark. I'm sure he's going to know the answer. Keep hitting that clip. Keep hitting that same spot. Yeah, see this little small fish up in the water. I think they're following it down. That's a bigger bite. And no fish. Is it 7 turns? Is it?
Yeah. 7 times through the gap.
So as soon as I touch that line, I feel that line's all twisted and a bit mangled. And ask yourself, is it good? It's got to hang straight. And look here, just look here. Look here. If you look at this, it's not pulled down, look. So, unlike your school report, I think you're going to get 1s for hook tying currently.
That's 0.8 gram. Or 0.6.
Oh yeah, you're right, it's 0.8 of a gram. Probably want 1.5 grams at least.
Yeah, 1.8.
Give this on a stick float. It's no better for mine, not enough. Lubricant.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
Huh?
The fish are eating them and the maggots aren't even that far down.
Yeah.
I'm meant to feed my fish.
I don't. The more you throw in, the more bleak you're likely to attract, the more they're going to come up in the water.
That's what I'm
Is it?
Yeah, I believe.
Well, there you go, you do the loop.
There's something wrong with that. Oh.
Can you do the loop? You alright or not? No, you don't touch. Don't. There's no tension for you to try and cut. You put the other loop on first, and then you create tension, and then you can cut your tag ends off. Yeah, you need some tension, otherwise you can't do it. Fishing with your children, part 1. Okay, now the local ducks have turned up. Okay, that was a better bite. I think I should have hit that. If that was down, if the rod wasn't up in the air and it was down, I would have hit that. I've got my hand on the rod as well.
do the night before I
So put the loop to loop first. Do the loop to loop. Is that done? Yeah. So you've only got two hands. So you now need to... No, you've still got no tension. Grab the whip and the hook. Grab the whip and the hook. Grab the whip and the hook. Hook in the left hand. On the right hand. Just need to hit that bite. Okay. I know you can't. Give me the hook. Give me the hook. Now give me the whip. Push the whip out. 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 Tension. Now I've got tension. And now I can cut my tag ends off. You see? You've got to use the whip to create the tension. Because you've only got two hands. Yeah? It's under tension, so you've got to ask for the whip back. You need some shot? Huh? 3 number 4s. There you go. You need to put some shots on the line. Don't need maggots, you need shots. Okay, it's like that. I'm still putting bait on my hook, Dad. 3 number 4s. Right, so the big fish top then, I think that's pike just attacked a small fish. I didn't see what was going on there, that's a bit of a shame. So look at the splash that's happened in the peg. There you go, that's a pike, just attacked that fish. Right? We have brought a bigger land in there. Because I'm expecting pike attack.
I haven't got a single pike on the river.
Hmm? Are they above the hook length, yeah? Yeah. This is funny. Got the whip going on. That's definitely a pike. Turned up. Huh?
I'm going to catch one before you do.
If the pike takes the fish, all that's going to happen is the pike's going to bite straight through the hook length and or the main line.
How much longer? Oh, 90.
Alright. I might need a little bit more water with that.
Look where the shot.
A little bit more
I
water.
just put the shots in a straight line.
Okay, let's go straight away.
Stop. You're making it take longer. You can...
So we're back to catching again. This is now I've not put any particles in it. So it might make sense. Well, I was going to say it might make sense to just reduce that length of the line a little bit, but I don't know. Just disgorge if you need to.
No, it's just that it wriggles when the maggots go through.
Yeah, because you're holding the fish in the middle, so you can't hold the fish's head tight enough. So when you move, his head just bends. put the whip in your legs, use the disgorger, son. Put the whip in your legs and use the disgorger. You've got to create the tension on the line. There you go. There's no tension on. Yeah, there you go. All done. So when you do that, when you cast that whip, are you able to do? You pass it to me. Pass it to me. Are you able to do this? You able to do that? Huh?
I'm not fishing there,
See-
it's spoiling this one.
So hold it back, straight over, and then if you want to come in a bit, then do that. Now try it now. No, but you more force and not over my line. You've got to go to the left. Try again. More force to the left. No, more force.
I'm fishing there.
I know, but you got to go all the way over, like that.
Now
So we're gonna. This isn't going to work if you're going to continue to fish under my line with my feeder.
I'll cast it over there and then put it.
Okay. You're going to just get hooked up straight again. And you were fishing a bit deeper before. Oh, you're fishing under me, son. It's not going to work, I don't think. I don't think it's going to work. Right. Live action. That's what I promised on the fishing stream. Yeah. What those boat? What Yana? What those? When do I hit those and when do I not? When do I try and hit those or when do I not?
That was first when the wasp tried to land.
Is that on my line? Do you know where my line is? No, you. Okay. Okay. Can we? Right. The rig wasn't anything like that. It was deeper. Let's put those shots together, which helps create a better bulk. And you've got more line this time. It needs to be down there, not over here. Yeah, I know it does. You're gonna have to. No, no. Okay. Just trying to make it work. Just want to dampen that ground bait in a second, I think. 3 or 4 maggots, son. So I don't need to make a bow in the line. The feeder can hold the bottom. It's getting absolutely slammed. But I'm not hooking those fish. I'm going to have a little think about this in a second. Oh, is that maggot turned over that hook? No. It's a better rope, son. Seeing if that's, you can see that tip. Loads of fish to be had, look. Three maggots then. Right, that. It's that uncontrolled flick up, that's where you're in trouble, yeah? The float doesn't have enough weight to it. I'm just going to sit there and see if you can see that. Can you see that tip, chat? I want to make sure that you can see what's going on. Put that ground bait in there. I'm going to put a few more bits of dead worm in this next one.
I still see the maggots.
What's that?
I see the maggots.
Yeah, it's pretty clear, that part of the river, isn't it? See, if that float was heavier, then it'd be easier to swing it underneath. So we need to get some 1.5 gram floats. Slow down that feed, yeah? 3 or 4 maggots per cast. I know you might need to stop.
One piece of wood is all gone. Isn't it got to pull that out?
See there, now it's just settled. No bites.
This one.
Oh, that's definitely a few bites. No, that's too slow. I can't hear you, son. It's alright, this. Morning, everybody. If you're just joining me, we're fishing on the River Thames. I'm fishing a feeder, and then my son is fishing a whip underneath. Oh, first boat of the day. No idea what that's going to do to the peg. but it's slightly on the dry side. So I'm just trying to learn how, it's a lot of small fish, tapping the rod tip. At what point should I strike? How much should I leave it? Like there, it's just little dinks. Should I hold the rod? Now, oh, that's not small. No, I've struck that. After that's come back up, that wasn't a small dink. That wasn't a small dink at all, was it? You need to speak up, son. Where's the... Oh. Right, you're just fishing with maggot skins. That's how hungry they are. So, that's working really well. The feeder's doing alright. Something hit that straight away. Is that on? I think it might be. Every time to change those maggots. I need to put some sun cream on.
I'm in the shade.
Yeah, you're in the shade of me. So, initial, oh no, I was about to say, then it stops bouncing. Back to bouncing again. Somebody's jet washing. There's a little paddling pool opposite where we are, just to our left. Jet washing it. That's got to be on, surely. No. Wait, please, pull it back. Right.
I'm not sitting in the top.
Nice ropes, that. That's got to be on. Get some. No. Maybe not. I thought that was enough bouncing around. Same again, slow that feed down, son. Otherwise you'll end up attracting the wrong fish. Well, you attract more bleak potentially. You want to catch roach and chub, I think. You can deepen that as well. It's deeper than what you're fishing. You only lose a bit of distance on the whip. But I think you've got enough distance. I'll get some more ground bait in a second. I'm going to weten it up slightly. It's not quite, I think it's a little on the dry side. Not going to hit those bites. I'm just going to leave this for a bit. Just push that, keep that out a bit. I'm going to go back to a piece of chopped worm. Violent bite that. And from the foot's a roach. So roach on the chopped worm again. Where's those?
Most of my bites are different.
Just gonna get some Ecodendrobenas and switch to fishing the head of a worm. See if that makes a difference. Just looking to see if I can, I think, pick out a better quality fish. By changing to the head of a worm, maybe not getting indications off of bleak. I'm wondering if the indications are off bleak. But we've caught roach and we've caught chublets. You know, still getting a lot of dink dink dinks with that worm's head. That's a bigger, more violent bite, but I don't know if I'm meant to be striking at those. Maybe I am. Just fishing a £4 main line today with a 013 hook length. I've seen the right sort of starting setup for this rig. I'm fishing the feeder clipped up to make sure I'm getting it in that same spot in the river every time. See, look, now it's no bites after the initial sort of indication.
No, I'm getting a lot of
I'm just going to leave it for a bit longer. I don't think that worm's going to come off. Four. You might want to try going a little bit deeper, son. A little indication then. What's that? I can't hear you, got to speak up.
I want them together when it falls.
Oh, that's a better bite. No fish though. Worm head's still intact, so yeah, let's stay with this bigger piece of worm for a minute. As I said, I understand there's bream in the stretch. I know there's chub in the stretch. I've talked about barbel and that type of stuff. I've had some good quality roach. We've caught huge perch. So I'm not quite sure what to expect on this feeder line. I guess what I'm expecting at some point in the day is to get broken up. But we've got, what's the time? It's only 20 past 8. We've got another 4 hours. And this is really nice actually. It's all grass behind us. It's all floodplain round this way. And on a nice Sunday like this, we're going to be inundated with walkers, I think. People walking down the stretch of the river to the lock. Probably from about 9 o'clock. There's a few people milling about now. Early morning dog walkers. And the wind blows predominantly from left to right, even though the river actually is flowing from right to left. But at the moment, there's not a lot of flow in it at all. What's that?
Can I do it like 20 centimetres farther and that's it goes?
Yeah, so you see, you can see your maggots, and your maggots aren't on the bottom. You can deepen your float. You'll lose a bit of distance on the whip, on how far out you can go, but you're not going out all the way anyway. What's that?
I want to be fishing down like that.
Yeah, so you can fish deeper because you've got loads of excess line anyway. So you can deepen that rig up by another foot. Get yourself close to the bottom, because you may just be going over the top of fish's heads. Does that make sense? So hold the bottom, that's it. No, hold the top of the float, that's it. Otherwise you bend the wire. That's it, and try that. Indication on that. I think it's probably even a foot deeper than that, if not 2 foot deeper than that, just where you are. But because there's practically no flow there, those maggots are getting to the bottom. A few little dinks on that float, on that tip. I'm trying to watch his whip and my You might tip at the same time.
The whole thing just went in.
Yeah, because not quite pulled out enough. Something to check on the whip then. So it's sitting there, it's still out there, it's got that worm's head on. Now there's some indications on it. You can try that, by the way. Try a whole worm, half a worm.
I got a bigger rope, but I left it.
No, I mean a whole dendrobina. I still think you're probably half depth. I think you're probably half. I can see the shots and I can see the maggots underneath it really easily. So you're still at least a foot, 2 foot off the bottom. Careful with that swing, yeah? So the big worm's head, or the dendrobina, not so much action. So we'll change it again. Go back to cut a dead maggot, see what I get. Put a few micros back in, just a few micros in with this one. And a little bit of chopped worm again, I think. I wouldn't, I'd just keep going with the loose feed. And then the next time you fish, try it with ground bait, and then you see the difference. But you wouldn't normally fish, in my mind, a ground bait on a short line like that. You might fish a...
No, it's a trap.
Okay, just throw it in anyway then. But you got to think about where that ground bait... Watch your swing, yeah? It's all gone crazy all of a sudden. But the ground bait goes to the bottom, so if you're not fishing on the bottom or close to it, no, that is the point. The idea of the ground bait, that's a better bite. It's don't fish though. Oh, there is a fish. There is a fish. It is a little thing. What are you? Bleak. I think that's a bleak. No, it's not a bleak, 'cause its mouth's not upturned. It's a dace. Dace? We happy with dace? Let's be happy with dace.
The maggots aren't actually on the hook anymore.
Yeah, they're blowing them up the line. It's called blowing them up the line. That's the phrase. fish on. So back off the worm onto the dead maggot.
Why are you using that?
2 fish in 2 chucks. Because it lays static on the ground. It's bream. Find them really attractive. I'm trying to increase my chances of catching a bream. Hold that to the left. Three fish in 3 casts on dead maggots. This one's a roach. The other thing you might need to do on that line is just leave it for a little bit. Don't fish it, but just feed it. You give the fish confidence to feed there. But there's Taylor video where he said, you know, let the fish build up their confidence, and then they're less worried about you cooking their mate. They just carry on feeding. Quite often people rest lines and let the fish gain their confidence and get more fish. It's quite a match angler mentality that you should rest the line and prep lines and not just fish the same spot all the time. I'll give it that bite, I think. So if you're going to do what you're trying to do, actually make a ball that's going to... Put another one in for you. Okay. Oh, pike. Did you see it? I saw... Oh, I might not have a fish here. I actually saw... I actually saw the pike under the water. And that's the result. There's no hook. Because my fish is in the belly of the pike. So, how big was... I think I can just tie another hook straight onto there. I've got enough. No, I don't know. I could see it. So it's that, at least. Huh? So, how long I made them? I need a hook. Hook. It's pike strike. What's that? Well, I didn't get it, did I? I didn't get it. I hooked the fish. The pikes grabbed the fish and everything else, and that's the end of it. I didn't have time to tie up extra hook lengths. We're spending our time on the bank. So, tie another one of these on quickly. Don't fish that close to the keep net because you'll catch the keep net at the back and then we're in trouble. Alright, just rest the line, son. Might be better because they'll make more of a splash every time you chuck them in than a little spinner.
I'm getting smaller bites, but the float's not going
Oh, straight on that again, straight on it again. Hit it on the drop, might be. Alright, need to get some more ground bait. That's, how much is that? 2 pints of ground bait I've used in an hour. I need to sort of judge how much ground bait we're going to use on these trips. Get some more water in there, I think. What's that? Yeah, just rest it, but still feed it off. Just feed it, but reduce the feed a little bit. Right, it's a lot more solid, that is. I think I'm going to try and, what size drum feed is that? Medium, 25 gram. I'm going to change the feeder. Yeah, hold on. Smaller feeder, Preston 30 gram, but I need a thing for that, not a quick change. Medium. These are all biggers. No, these are all bigger. Any smaller ones, that Preston one. And I need a, I can't use the quick change with that. So we'll stick with this. That's taken off a little bit better, I think. Bit neater. So I would scale down the feeder now if I had a smaller feeder to use. I'm going to hit that straight away. Yeah, there it goes. for that. Just going to try a piece of sweet corn on the hook. Wind's getting up a little bit. Right, I'm going to mix in some more 2 mils. Into this ground bait. And I'm going to mix in some pinkies as well. A couple of casts. And chop worm scissors. Let's just drop back, is it? Yeah. Okay. It's a good roach. When I realised it was that big, I probably wouldn't have swung it in. That was on a piece of corn. That's nice. Good fish. We'll get out on another bit of corn. Can you put the lid on one of those maggots? Because those pinkies are going to sink into that.
Can you? The water.
You bought one in the shop? Is it not in the bag?
No.
That's not my rig. Someone else's rig.
I think.
Tangled up on my rig
I think.
with a hook. Interesting. Right, another bit of corn then.
What was it in the fish?
No, it's just got tangled up on my rig. So, another bit of sweet corn then. Maybe sweet corn helps pick out the... Huh? 5, 10, 20 minutes. Still feed it a bit though. Doesn't mean stop feeding. It means let the fish get confidence.
There's so much.
Hmm?
There's too much of the stuff
The maize. So I've had a better fish on a piece of corn. I've had some, huh? Look at on the half of the top. So there's plenty of hook points showing. He's really going to catch himself a £5 chub in a minute down this edge on this whip. Could definitely go through a lot of ground bait. There's 2 small bags. Let me go through this easy in the 4 or 5 hours. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Otherwise it's on that piece of weed. Speak up. You've got a power wash over there. What are you trying to say?
I think I'm going to get a lot more bites on this.
Okay. Let's try and sort this out. Okay. Took a while to get the indication on that sweet corn, but there it is. First indication. Every time. I can't hear you. So, piece of corn. I'm not doing it for me. Waiting too long. Although, maybe it took the corn. Right, let's go back to dead maggot again. Two dead maggots and a fluoro pinky. Let's see. I put a few, not many, fluoro pinkies in the ground bait with some more 2 mils. Okay, immediately.
One time when you put your rod fully under, like with a float.
That's a better roach. No, hold it. Go down on top of the fish so you get the fish's head in your hand. It's not the middle of the fish. Okay, little drop back.
Fish actually have noses.
Use a disgorger. Got it?
I didn't know fish had noses.
Small fish playing with me. Now the maggot. Let's go for 2 fluoro pinkies.
I did 2 maggots and 2 pinkies to get that.
Oh, slammed into that double pinky. I say slammed, it was a tiny little fish. You wanted them, didn't you? What competition have you invented that I'm not aware of?
The fish might be like competing against themselves.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, maybe.
Can you get the bait?
Watch that. Can you watch that whip, please? That's it. It's a much more aggressive bite on those from that fish on them fluoro pinkies.
These are definitely
What's that? Yeah, pinkies are, they're brighter in the water. Sometimes bream quite like a double dead maggot and a dead pinky. Oh, I think I sort of missed that bite then. Not quite sure how long to have this tail today. Morning everybody, if you're just joining me, I am on my local stretch of the River Thames. I'm having a go on the feeder, the first time I've fished the feeder on the stretch. Sat down, I brought my box down and more of my regular gear, and my son's fishing a whip under my feet, and he's catching possibly more fish than I am. I've had one pike in the peg, caused a commotion. I saw it splash and then I saw it flash as I was struck into a fish, and then came back with no hook or fish again. Then see that, Lewis? See that? The pike's there. There's another pike in the peg.
wet. I'm looking at my float and you looking at green water and saying there's a pike.
Yeah, there's a pike on my peg.
Why is my float not there?
What's happening is when the ground bait goes in, the silverfish, some of the top, they crash right at the top of the water, and then the pike's coming up for them.
How much ground bait do we have left?
Huh?
How much ground bait do we have left?
We don't want to chuck ground bait down there. Just feed it loose feed. We got plenty of maggot.
It's a foot harder than my big rod.
Can you put the whip to the left? Thanks.
2 maggots and 3 pinks.
I don't think that's long enough, that tail. Doesn't feel like it's long enough.
Look how I hook this up.
Yeah, okay.
There's a smallish strand of lip.
I'm trying to cast over him. He's casting out his whip. Indication straight away. So there's small fish in the upper layers of the river. As soon as that feeder hits, they all come up for the ground bait. And they're hitting that dead maggot on the way down. And then what seems to be the pattern is then it goes like now, and it's left alone because it's got through the fish on the drop. And in a minute, the tip will start going again if the maggots are still on. The fish, I think, then go down onto the ground bait. There you go. Now I start getting more indications.
That's what my bait's
Morning all. What is it, just before 9 o'clock? Welcome to Sunday morning. I've got no faith in any bait left on there. I'm right to believe that. Right, let's try another small piece of chopped worm.
Could there be trout in here?
Yeah.
I could then just use like a shiny hook to get.
Yeah, and if you come here for 3 weeks and fish every day, 8 hours, catch one.
What do they eat?
Huh?
What do they eat?
Flies, nymphs. Same thing as other fish.
I don't see where you see them.
So, small bit of chopped worm again. Just keep trying different baits. I'm trying to see the difference in the bites and the proficiency for hitting those bites.
I was not doing anything.
I just put that in there and I'm not satisfied that that tail is long enough, so I'm going to make myself a new hook length. It just doesn't feel right. And so bear with me a second.
Right, so I now know where the fish are into the right. So I need to stop fishing further to the right.
Yeah, you can't fish further to the right though. Don't feed there.
Yeah, I'm not feeding.
Right, what's no fish. No, no, mate, no. That was it came off. So yeah, I'm just going to try make that hook length longer. I'm not try, I'm going to make the hook length longer. So that's that. Let's go more like that. So as long as platform to box leg. What's that?
Maggots are looking involved.
Your maggots?
All squished together like. What's the
Right. A bit longer. Just going to switch this hook length.
fish aren't moving?
Let's increase length of this hook length and see if that makes a difference. I don't profess to be a master feeder angler. I don't, I'm not applying for feeder masters, but let's see if these things are going to make a little difference. I think the next put in as well, I'm going to put in some more micros. Look at the feelings of, oh, look at that. So the answer to that was, oh, it's come off. The answer to that was, the longer tail gives the fish longer to hit it on the drop. Would be my conclusion from that. definitely want to be able to switch to a small feeder though. There you go, nice big bites again. Alright, so now what happens? Dink, 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 dink. Okay. Um, 3 dead maggots. Ooh. Give me a roach. Morning everybody. Join me just gone 9 o'clock. You pull the whip to the left, Tom. I'm down the Thames again today. We're fishing, I'm fishing a feeder and my son is fishing a whip under me. We're both catching.
I just put some maggots into it.
We've had a mixture of dace, had a gudgeon, some chublets, some roach, lost a fish to a pike, and we've been having a bite of chuck since we got here. On the whip line and on the feeder line. And I said to my son, we came yesterday trying to catch some chub and barbel, and we caught a couple of little fish and no target size fish, you know, we didn't catch ourselves a good chub or barbel. And I said that today we should get down the river again. Where? I can hear it but can't see it. So I said we should get down the river again and catch the fish that the river's presenting to us. You know, we know there's lots of fish in here, so we should have a go at catching those fish, and if we get some bonus fish, that'll be great, and then we'll learn about the river and it'll be plenty of action. And that's been completely true. We've had as soon as this hits a small fish, no, they won't eat maggots from the keep net. And you know, I'm no amazing feeder angler, but we're just trying to, you know, work things out. We're fishing in the middle of the river. I've got it clipped up, so I'm okay on an accuracy point of view, and we are, you know, we're catching, which is great. Which is great. Sit down, son. It's really clear. And oh, are they? Well, then just pull it up, hook it up, and go for a walk for a second. Oh, it's an indication. It's clear there's fish hitting the bait on the drop. Not. That's going to go over my line again. Okay. If you do that, you've got to do that to the left. Clear the other way. So it's clear the fish. No, that doesn't help you. Okay. Okay. So little and often, yeah. Yeah, it's clear there's fish up in the water. They hit the bait as it lands, and then if it gets through those fish, you sort of get a second wind. A lot of small indications on the tip. Obviously, I'm fishing with my 1.5 ounce. That's a good time to stop for a bit, I think. Is there any way to attach that? Hook that? Can you unscrew the bottom? Oh, can you No. What's it you saying to me? Yeah, I think the bottom cap comes off.
Yeah, but the whole thing's longer.
The rig's longer than the whip. Ah, that's your mistake. Have you taken the bait off? Yeah. Okay, good. Right, need a bit more bait and a few more micros, I think. I'm just trying different things. You know, it's the first time I fished the stretch. You know, we've had all sorts of stuff out of this stretch of river. You know, we've had chub, we've had good roach, trying to catch barbel. You know, up to, you know, 3/4 pound fish. You know, we know there's barbel and carp in the stretch. So I am trying different things. I've got some chopped worm, I've got some micros. I'm going to put some more micros in with this bait now. A bit of chopped worm. I'm just trying a different set of things to see if, you know, anything produces a notable difference to what's going on. So we'll put some more chopped worm in. This one. I think those geese are just out the way. In fact, they are out the way, so it should be all right. Something's slamming that, you know, it's hitting that. Oh, the pike struck. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, it just knocked that fish off on the post. The pike. Yeah, the pike went for the fish again. It's a decent pike. Huh? I'm not geared to catch it. Call your mum, get her to ask her to bring a spinning rod down to the river. But yeah, that pike slammed into that. Huh? No, it's out there on the peg. No, I'm not. So what's happening is the feeder's hitting the water, the small fish are coming up in the water, grabbing it, and then the pike's coming through when the small fish are feeding. And that's what's happening. Yeah, I don't know if any of that comes out on the camera. I guess it doesn't, because the way that the camera is. But yeah, pike attack. So see, this time now it's gone through.
I see fish.
Oh, I missed that bite.
There's like something yellow on the bottom, and I'm seeing fish against it.
The annoying thing then, son, was the fact that the pike didn't get my fish, and then accidentally bumped the fish against that post and it came off. Right, let's put some more chopped worm in. So I understand there's bream in the section, so I'm going to just, you know, fish with the intention now of trying to put some bait out as if I'm trying to catch some bream. I should probably put a bigger feeder on and have a few casts. But I've got But I've got plenty of worm with me, so let's put a load of worm in. There's some big perch in this section too. So
I'm going to put some worm in.
So yeah, look, if it can make it through the fish that are up in the water, then there's this sort of pause. And then you start to get bites from fish that are on the bottom, or they go down for the bait. Now, the geese are all coming towards me, but they can't get out here. I don't quite really know what they're doing. catch myself a goose. There's a boat coming.
Yeah, it's in the middle.
Yeah. Right for a second.
In a second.
I don't know what that's going to do to the peg. A few more micros in. Just mix this corner up here as if, you know, let's fish a piece of worm on the hook. Feeder full of chopped worm. That is. What have we got now? A couple of canoeists. We'll wait for them. You can try a big dendrobina worm, half a worm on the hook, Lewis. Try a whole worm on the hook. No, I'm saying you can. Huh? Can't hear you, son.
I fit some worms on some.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start introducing quite a lot of chopped worm and micros and see if that changes the dynamic of the peg.
I don't have any big stuff.
Just got to be watch out for that hook length.
I was actually looking at my hook whilst there was loads of stuff.
Okay, it's a bit of a dinky old bite. Okay, that was a better bite. Shame we didn't have hold of the rod. Have you got any bait on that hook, son? Is it a maggot skin?
No,
Is it?
the worm was taken to.
Need to chop some more chopped worm soon. Went longer for a boat. I can hear another boat. no longer for a bite, I should say. Okay, a couple of indications there. Okay, something's around and having a look, I think. If you want to get the maize off those things, you can, those maggots, you can get the bucket, go and stand over there, and then tip the maggots into the bucket from a height, and then all of the wind will blow all the maize out of the way. You've got no choice, I don't think, but to ship that back and just pull that rig. No, you're gonna have to pull it.
No.
It's
See?
no, not like that. You risk. Well, yeah. What are you looking for? He's just pulled his whip rig in front of my face. He's just trying to pull it out of the weed. I feel like I'm going to end up with this rig in my eye.
You have glasses.
Yeah, I do have glasses on, but I think you're going to manage to get it under my glasses.
The roots are short.
Okay, so there's no action on that piece of worm unless it's not there. So let's have a quick look. Okay, it's not there, so maybe there was. Something going on. Right, let's try that again then. Just a worm head. Tiny piece, not as long as I would use if I was fishing for F1s or something like that. Let's put the rest of this chop worm in here. A few more micros. Really load this feeder up with particles. Look at that.
You put a lot of mace in there.
Absolutely chocker full of chop worm and 2 mils. Watch that whip, son. So let's get another feeder full of bait out.
These reeds
Is the fact that the rig's too long causing you a problem? Then shorten the rig. You can't shorten it more than you need to grab it, but if it's a bit too long, then shorten it. Which you just do by just doing it at that end. Yeah. Okay, so it's gone in, no bites on the drop. Yeah, they might be spooked by the pike, that might be right. That could happen. In fact, that probably does happen.
I haven't caught in 10 minutes.
What's that?
I haven't caught in 10 minutes.
You or me?
Me.
Did you bait good?
Getting indications from the actual bank. So I'm not trying.
No, don't. You're fishing on that weed. Bring it out. You're just going to hook that weed that you've hooked before. Fish from the front to the left. Don't start fishing to the right on that weed patch. That's asking for trouble. Then you need to slow down your feed. Okay? And or you need to rest it. Yes. You're plundering the same peg and it's a short line. If it was a match, you'd write that line off right now and you'd go and fish another pole line. You can't keep plundering the same spot. Well, you're not. You're just going to stop and then you're going to have a go on the feeder.
No, I'm going to like try and get this one before.
Huh?
I'm going to try and get this one.
No, don't, because you're not.
Look,
Don't.
your line's over there.
Yeah, you're confident. I think that was a bit close. That went straight away, didn't it? So what? The fish have moved further out, have they?
No, it needs to go fully under for it to be above.
Huh?
It needs to.
No, where are you going to throw that? Oh, okay, you're pushing the fish further out. Yeah?
Getting spooked away from your head, so it's going away.
End the line. Lift it up and over to the right. That's it. Yeah, you can end up in the river in a second though. Little dinks on my rod. So, I think that's too close to that line, isn't it? There's nothing on that worm. I'll just switch that off. See that pike again? Pike just followed the feeder in. I don't know if it followed the feeder in. The worm's been eaten. I don't think it was the pike. We'll go back to some maggots, I think. As soon as I hook a roach or a dace, I'm going to be like, oh look, there's the pike again. Took it with a live pinky. So 2 dead maggots. A live pinky. I think that's going to go straight away. Yeah, there you go, look. You got 2 shots on there or 3? Have you lost a shot? Huh? I said have you got 2 or 3 and you said yeah. It's meant to be 3 number 4s for the float. Huh? Ah, but you increase the resistance. The float's right under the water, by the way. So you increase.
No, it went sideways.
So put another shot back on the float. You make it harder for the fish to pull it, which means it's more likely they'll spit the bait.
Oh, that's why I'm
Huh?
Because I'm getting loads of dinks, but I'm not getting a lot of dinks.
Yeah, you make it harder.
I wonder if he's going to eat the bait.
And bulk the shot back up again.
No, shit.
Another number 4 on. Here. So what may happen is those fish are just moving out off of that line that you were fishing. That's why you would have a short line if you're fishing a match and then a longer line on the pole. And then in this situation, the feeder line further over, and that's certainly dinking a lot. Watch for pike attack. Watch for pike attack. come, Mr. Not sure what it is. What are you? Gonna keep that. Is that a big dace, chat? I'm not sure. Right. All dead maggot. A live pinky topper. It's good, that whip, isn't it? There's a Guru 3-metre whip. The Guru 3-metre whip, and I paid £10 for it.
The whips are cheap.
Yeah, it's a whip, not a pole, but I think that's still, you know, shipping cost, shop cost. Oh, ding, ding, ding. That bite was a more positive bite. I'm trying to understand today as well, first time fishing the feeder in the river in this sort of situation. A lot of small fish, you know. Should I try to be hit every one of these bites or not? Should I wait for a better bite? You know? Where is it? What's the right? Can you do that slightly more to the left? Whereas the rig's twisted, the rig's wrong. Bring it right out, bring it right out, let's fix it. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to assume you're on. No, maybe not.
Right before you cast it, and then you
Absolutely smash that.
tip of the whips.
Hmm?
Tip of this whip is
Yep. Still go for again. 2 dead maggots and a pinky topper. No, managed to miss that bite. Taking the pinky, I think, more than anything else. Oh no, still on that. I'm just fishing a marine halibut ground bait today. I've put some 2 mils in, I've put some chop worm in. Boat hunts under and through. I'm going to get a bite before it. I'm going to get a bite before it. I'm going to get a bite before it. See, I'll be alright with that. Actually, I think I'll be alright with that boat. Soon find out. Plenty of roach, dace, a few bleak.
On a Thursday,
Yeah.
I caught caught a pike on 3 maggots.
Yeah, nice. I've had one bite me off once, take a roach, and every now and then it'll go for them as I'm bringing them in.
Take the little fish, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll leave you to it.
They don't swim as much when they're on the end of my hook. It's easy pickings for the pike.
Are you like in the middle then, or?
Yeah. It's on the.
You want to say?
Yeah, there's loads of fish all over the. Yeah, there's loads of fish here.
Oh, I thought you were telling these people to move.
Yeah. You got a keep net as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
I bought it. Oh,
Come on then, let's go.
what's you bringing? What?
Right, you want to go there? Yeah, I think it's a nice spot.
Don't know whether it's telling me it was on the telly or not, you know.
A lot of people out there, isn't
Oh yeah, they're all laughing.
Early? 9:30's not early. Right, we need some more ground bait in a minute. I think I'll have another chuck on corn in a second. I've had good roach on corn. Yeah, today, and I've had a chublet on corn as well. Rest it. Just rest it. Keep feeding it 2-3 maggots, but don't fish it. Right, more ground bait. So it seems to be. I put more particles in, I get less bites. It kind of makes sense. I feel like I want to be prepping the swim. 2-3 maggots, I said. 2-3 maggots. Yeah. Keep fishing 2-3 maggots. And you throw in what, a dozen. So, yeah, I feel like when I put the right there, when I put the chopworm in, it definitely slows the peg down. Watch for the pike. Fish has come off.
You should just try and chuck it over
Why? Why should I try chucking it over there?
there. You're not getting any fish out
Huh?
of it. You just don't get any.
Right, trying to try 2 live maggots. See if we get something different result from this. So yeah, I'm just trying different baits today. Different things in the feeder. As I was saying, it's the first time we fished the feeder on the stretch. I know there's plenty of little fish here. I've fished it on a bollow style float and a stick float further down. But I also want to see if there's some bigger fish to be had fishing like this.
Or at least one fish on it.
A lot of indications on the float, lots of little dinks. What's that, son?
Or at least a fish.
Can't hear you. Then it stops. Says it stops because they've smashed the maggots. So next cut.
I need to get the weed out of
You can't get the weed from there, it's too far out. It's too far. It's too far. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Right, now, you satisfied? It's too far. You can't get. You're not going to get the weed out. I don't want you to go for a swim. It's too far. Okay? Thank you, son. That weed's not a problem. You just need to be fishing. There and to the left. That's it. Just rest it, feed it little and often, and the fish will return to that line. So not so much on the live maggot to the dead maggot. Although, where's the live maggot gone? Right. So we'll try single dead maggot with a pinky topper, and then the next one I'll try a piece of corn. Certainly a lot of ground weight gone in. Straight on that on the drop. What's that? Okay. It's my fishing coach next to me telling me that it's not a good enough bite that I'm trying to hit. You watching the tip then, coach? You watch the tip. What's that? I haven't moved, have I? Huh? More ground bait.
They're all going around the outside, and then there's just these few that are in the inside.
And nothing. I don't know if it's maybe it's the pike, maybe it's the boats coming through. No, it's not any of those. They're smashing that bait. Right, let's try a piece of corn. What I'd like to be doing,
Maggot's not like the sun.
I'll do it this time. I would love to be chucking closer to that tree on the far left hand side. I suspect that looks a bit, well, it looks a bit chubby to me. It also looks a bit snaggy. but we'll stay with fishing in the middle and see if we catch any bonus fish. And then the next time I come, I'm going to come to this peg again. I like this, it's quite a nice, it's not too far from the car park. Decent walk, no boats moor here because it's no good for mooring. So this peg's always available. So it's a good spot, I like it. And, next time I come, I might look to cast further to that far bank. It's an indication there on the corn. Just going to try and...
If you put sweet corn with maggots, it turns green.
Sorry?
Tip turn green.
Okay. Oh. So I'm going to just sit it out on corn for longer, I think. Now when we fish, we come fishing, or we have come fishing for chub and barbel, and we fished like 3 pieces of corn on the hair. You know, we get played with little bites and then the fish get the corn off. Well, I'm just going to sit out a little bit on a piece of corn to see if it's worth anything. I'm going to put some more micros in with this bait as well.
I'm a dead man.
Put some more micros in with that corner. So let's see, the wind's getting up a bit now. It looks like the river's flowing from left to right. It's not, it's flowing from right to left. It's just the wind predominantly blows left to right. But earlier it was flat calm. Maybe the little bit of ripple makes a difference. I'm going to watch this video back, actually make a note of what was happening and when I caught, and you know what seems to be working better.
You put this on the boat.
Why? Was it smashed bit of sweet corn? Well, you put a nice bit of sweet corn on.
That one look the same. It's smashed one, really good. I'm going to go for the corn numbers.
It's in the weed. It's in the weed. You got to go further. Because it's a river and things move in the river. And you got to go further out to the left. You're nearly throwing that over the line. You've got to go to the left. You understand? Yeah, I know it does. I know it does. I know it does. But that's the price of trying to do it today like that. Alright? I still think you're fishing too shallow.
Yeah, that looks unsmashed.
Huh?
That looks unsmashed. They actually made it that looks like corn again. And it's smashed.
I'm just going to sit out on this piece of corn. What's that? I want some more. Maggot bag. Okay, not there, not there. Not there. You seen the bag of dead maggot? Huh?
I haven't touched it. just seen them.
There they are. I'll put some dead maggot in. Dead maggot's been popped on the hook, so let's see if it's gets me more if I put a load in there. Or some in the ground bait.
Still not on the normal one.
What's that?
Still not on this normal one.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to leave it, son. You may have just plundered it. You may have plundered it, and that's the end of it. Fish have moved out. You're just casting towards the weed.
Over the weed. No, it's just that one thing.
Okay. So, a bunch of dead maggot in the feeder this time. Let's see. Back to 2 dead maggots on the hook. Indications again on the tip. Small ones, really small ones. That's a bite, son. You need to sort of try and have that line in control, otherwise you have a lot of line to strike through before you get to the float. Oh, boat coming. There's weed all down there. So from the middle to the left. Is that okay? From the middle to the left, or no whip? Yeah? Alright? You've got too many, that's far too many things to catch these fish. Far too many pinkies. If you fish double pinky, you might catch. It's definitely a better bite. Thank you very much. And immediately you've gone to the right again.
Yeah, but the feed was the first one.
But the weed is there, son. That's the challenge.
Close. It's literally a couple of the poles. And now look,
Okay. All right. Well, that's a better roach. That's a better roach. And what was that on? Double pinky? Yeah. Scale down the bait. Don't scale it up. Don't put more bait on the hook. He says he gets his hook stuck in his trousers. And it was 4 dead smashed pinkies on that hook as well, by the way. slowly bring it back. I'll stop. This one is not in such a bad condition as the other one.
I thought I was
Up and that way. That's it. So 2 tasty pinkies. Don't lean, no, pull it, just pull it. Pull it, pull it. Don't lean, you'll fall in the river. You can pull hooks through reeds like that. You get enough, when you get enough pressure, the hook will just pull through the reed and it will split the reed. Just cast that one slightly to the right because of the encroaching goose. So back to double. Needs to be more force. It's not enough force. Here again. Here again. Look. So it's all in a straight line. You don't do it hard enough, which is weird because when you cast, you sort of do, but follow through more with your arm. So everything goes out in a straight line. Otherwise it will tangle. Be consistent. Be consistent. There's nothing affecting you. And suddenly then all quiet again, maybe some more micros, I don't know. Maybe I'm putting in too many particles. Just keep going. A few maggots. There's a fish on there, there's a fish on there. See the way the float starts moving to the left?
It's moving to the left.
Yeah, but it's...
Fast.
Yeah, much faster. I'll bring that in. I don't think there's any maggots left in there. Yeah, get it in. Two dead maggots on a... Back to 2 dead maggots and a pinky topper. You put it to the left. Whip to the left, please. There's a canal boat coming. No, okay. Can you stop, please? Okay. I've had enough conversations. Stop trying to fish there and fish there. Okay? To the left. Bring it out, do it again. Practice it. Bring it out and do it again. Is it a good one, is it? Then why haven't you thrown a few maggots out? Is it little baby chub? Oh, another boat. Need a quick bite then. Oh, maybe that was my quick bite. Oh, did you drop it?
Yes.
It happens. It happens. Wait till it's a big F1 and it flips out the net as you're about to drop it and you realise you shouldn't have tried to just grab it and put it in the net. Bite straight away, look. Do you need to turn the chair? What is it you need to do it a bit to the left? I don't know.
It's not near your line.
I don't know what it is. It is super near my line. It is super near my line, son.
You went in your line once, and the other time it was because I was struck. And
I don't know if the indication's there on the. I think those maggots are going to be smashed. You pull those shot together. That's better. What's the matter? You just had a bite then. What's the matter? I think, is it the complaint that it goes too fast and then you won't get a bite before you got to do it again? Well, you had 2 bites then.
no, but they're not good bites.
You had 2 bites then.
They're not good bites.
You had 2 bites. You had 2 bites then. They were fine bites. Absolutely fine. Like floats right under. What you need to do is you need to lift.
But one part let me see. And it comes in.
Found any big perch, guys?
Not today. Well, I don't expect to catch any fishing dead maggot on a feeder.
Yeah, that would be a surprise.
Yeah. Down by the pub with a lobworm will be much better.
Yeah, people have been catching them on spinners as well.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I need a £3 perch in this season from somewhere.
Corner of the pub.
Yeah.
Drop shot rig, lobworm. Not a dendra, full lobworm.
So everything says not to do.
What to talk about? big perch on this stretch of the Thames on spinners. But are you feeding or have you stopped feeding? What's the answer? That's a question. Are you feeding or have you stopped feeding? No, that's not an answer. I know I double load these questions. There's a bite there. Do you want to strike?
Every time you make
See, that's in now. You want to fish? You want to redo it so it's further out?
this is where you set.
Yeah, but no. Let's try it again. Look. Bye. Certainly no problem about the boats coming through. Certainly not for the small fish. Well, my son and I discussed the finer points of whip fishing on the Thames whilst fishing in the same peg as somebody else. Feed. Either feed or feed before you do it. One of the two. Oof. Huh? What was what? So I wonder if what's needed here right now is to scale down on the hook. Okay, right, are we clear? That's not helping, yeah. 30 maggots getting thrown in is not helping you get a bite. You clear? How long we can go and chat? 3 hours, I think, and then he loses it completely. That's what he did when he was 7. That's it. It's a fish, that is.
No! Jump off the hook and then straight into the water.
Oh no! Did it?
Yes! It's a very good fish. I'm in the fat.
So we're getting indications on this. Feeding the peg. You see again, it doesn't go straight out. And then you need to lift that whip to control the amount of line that's loose before you hit the float as much as you can. Otherwise you have to strike through line. See, longer it's got to be harder. That rig is still like floating over. Better indication, another better indication. And again. Now, harder this time, so the rig is straight out in front of you. Not over to not to the right, to the left. But harder, so the rig goes all the way out and goes straight. That fish might be sitting on the end of that. Check your bait, is it alright? There's one maggot that's come up the hook. It's going to be no good, because they grab that maggot. If that maggot's up and down the line, there's a series of good thumps on that feeder, and then no fish will strike it. There's a lot of line between your tip and that. It's not a pole float.
It is a pole float.
Sorry, but you're not fishing the pole. So there's a lot more line. You've got to try and control that amount of line. Huh? No, because there's no flow there. There's flow further out. Fish are in the flow. Harder with that when you flip it out and it's 2 casts, no feed. The usual joy of uncontrolled dogs down the river. Here's the next one coming along, clearly. All dogs are fishing dogs, mate. Right, can you... I'm not going to... Is that the last time? Because otherwise, you know... They're still getting good bites. You on there? I think you're on there. You are on there. You come off there. Come off there of your own accord. Yeah. What you caught, son?
Good. If I would have done it in front of me, then he would have just been gone.
Okay. Is that on double pinky still? Yeah?
Just caught that on double mag.
What's that?
Just caught him on double mag.
That was double maggot, was it? Do that again. More forceful. Hold it in your left hand. And just imagine a clock. That's it. Just like that. So that rig all straightens out in front of you. And then you know that line is tight to the top of that whip. This cast on double maggot now. I'll try another one. A bit of chop out. No, it's all wispy again. got to be more forceful. I think you caught some fish in the slack, and the fish have now moved out, or they've, they're just sitting in the main flow. They're still very close though. Chuck the bait a little bit to the right, because in the main flow, it's flowing. So feed a little bit to the right. As the flow takes those maggots along as they go down.
Jump soon. That's what I missed.
Certainly the whip is more efficient than fishing the feeder.
Buy a second whip.
I've got a second whip.
Maybe not.
No, because I'm trying to catch fish with the feeder today and see what's about.
Isn't working, is it?
Huh?
Isn't working.
What's not working is me deciding to stream while I'm fishing with my son. Because it just becomes a parent session. Right, some more dead maggots, some more micros. Come on. Don't strike. What's that?
Just chuck the feeder next to the tree.
I don't want to. I'm trying to catch fish out here. I'm trying to see if there's a bream to be had. I'm trying to see if there's a chub to be had.
There's one shoulder.
I'm glad that you're catching a bunch. He said there was two. He said there was right. Firstly, he said there was 2 shoals of bream. Okay. And secondly, who knows what the bream decide to do? Can you move the whip to the left? Maybe a small hook is better today. Huh? I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You've got a big hook.
Can't hear you.
Have you got a big hook?
You're 18, same as you, but good fish are 20 or 22. It's alright, mate, no worries. Because you're sitting up, you're more likely to go over the line now. So there's a different angle. Just leave it. What are you trying to do? No, they're going that way. They're going left. You need to sit back down and get that float back out in the. Oh, there's a good bite. Sit back down and get that float back out in the flow when you push it out with force, which is what you need to do. Take the rig out with force, then you get more like on that line, which is more flow. Surprised I'm missing that bite. Let's try another bit of chop worm. Small little piece, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Don't cast. the top end for the bait again. It's not far enough out, that rig. Needs to be fully try again. It needs to be in the flow. The fish are sitting in the flow. What's the hook bait? So, with force, so it's all straight out in front of you, and that rig is in the flow, and that's where you're catching, when the rig is in the flow. Oh mate, no worries. Let's put a big little worm on. Don't cast, don't cast.
Oh, we should put canoes and go and investigate the rig.
Yeah. Well, it likes that long bit of worm for sure. There, or preferably there, towards the flow. Do that again. You try that whip again. You've got to do it with more force on your right arm. So not just your hand. So it's straight out like that. But it's got to be more to the left, please. When you do that, it gets in the flow, and you get better bites and better fish. There you go. Better bite, better fish. You've got to get it in that flow, and you've got to try and get that bait in that flow as well. Huh? You just, either I'm going deaf or you mumble more and more, which doesn't make any sense to me. So, what's on that long worm, but I can't hook them. So, I can't hear you, son. Then, where is it? Can you wait then and find yourself a disgorger? Before you start again. Right, I can get a bite before this boat comes in. That is just grabbing that worm. No, again, harder. That's it. very inconsistent results in fishing a feeder, whether that's me or what. Harder, Lewis. Worms get absolutely shredded. Half the bait's on. There, it's harder on that swing out. So that line is tight and you're in the flow.
There's something in this one. What's that?
It's no good there. It's not where the fish are.
Tangled.
Right, back to double maggot and pinky again.
Why in a change of bait?
No good again, harder. Yeah, I think the problem is you've got it just in your hand. You should be able to hold it strong enough. You've got to just think you're doing that windmill motion. Is there any bait on there?
Yeah.
I don't think there is. Okay. It's no good there, just instantly bring it out and redo it. No fish there.
We do you.
Yeah, it's alright. I think that's alright. I'm going to find out. Good. Got to grab it in your hand. I guess you just learnt that. Right. I'm going to put some more chopped worm in. Put the fish out there, son. Oh, okay. Oh, that's no good. Hold on for a second. It's better. Well, not according to Guy. Guy thinks it's a race. Are they blows up in the peg? I wonder if they are.
Now I need this water. It's really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. That's not true. You seem to be getting a little bite and missing a lot.
That's exactly right.
What have you done now? You seem to be getting a little bite.
Exactly right. There's a lot of small fish and they're smashing the maggots. Certainly topping up my t-shirt tan. On the right hand side anyway. Plenty of fish on this whip line. Plenty of fish.
Can you unhook this properly?
Can you move the whip to the left, please?
That is properly.
Okay. Hold on a second. This gorgeous. Right, so you've got to be firm with stuff.
Look how deep.
Yeah, I'll get it. I need the fish. I need you to pull it tight. I need you to pull it tight. I need the scourger. It needs to be tight. Tight. Tighter. Tighter. Tighter.
What?
Because I don't think it should go in the keep net. Let's give it the best chance.
It's on the top.
Yeah. I know. I think it might be pike dinner in a minute. There you go. So you've got to pull that you've got to pull that line tighter, which makes it much easier for you to unhook it.
It's just too far in.
No, no. Son, it's not too far in. You need to have the line tighter. It's not about how far in it is, as shown by the fact that I instantly unhooked it. Can you keep your mind to the left, yeah?
I just.
To the left. Okay, you're not. Oh. What happens is
Fish is trying to eat.
Can you watch my rod for a second, please? So if you're not disciplined in holding that rig and then flicking it over, this is where you'll end up. All right? Which is, it's not straight enough, it's not tight enough. You have excess line in the air and it just folds over itself and your rig's trashed. You can make a new one.
Float's still there.
Okay. I am trying to get you to understand and learn. If you can save your hook length, that's a thing. Which you can. You see the pike?
Yeah.
The pike's got it now.
Oh, come on, come on, come on.
The pike's got it.
Come on. You,
Get the other land in there. Get the other land in there.
where is it?
Get the other land in there. Get the other land in there. The pike's got it. It's in the keep net bag. It's here to my right.
You need to land. You have to land.
You're landing it. Actually, we.
I think four times, 5 times.
So I think if I keep you up, let's see if this pike's taking the bait. That's it. I lift it. Right, well I wasn't planning to catch you, was I? Unwrap the mat. Here. Here. Disgorger.
Oh.
Disgorger.
She's not there. No. Have you rang her?
Disgorger.
Where's she? Have you rang her?
Right. Well. I've got it, son. I've got it. Don't worry.
How are you going to get it to open?
Just the same as normal. Just the same as normal.
Yeah, I know.
Right, unhook that. Okay. Put that on there. And then grab the phone.
Did you catch here?
Huh?
Here?
Yeah.
From here?
Yeah.
Amazing.
First you've walked into the... Step over. Now push the rod back. You're still on the rod, son. Right. I'll take a picture of the pike. Camera?
Straight.
That's straight, is it?
Actually,
Move your fingers. Your fingers are in the way of the
it is. I can not really see.
Can't really see what?
You.
You can't see me.
It's not sunny on the screen.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well then go to the left. Go to the left. Move the trolley quickly. Oh, alright, move the trolley. Move it there. Move it there. Move the trolley there. That's it. Now turn around, sun's behind you now. Okay? Talk to me. Talk to me, son. Is it okay? Yeah? Hat's alright, is it? Right. Now don't eat my roach again. And the answer is no, it doesn't go in the keep net. In case you were wondering. Right. Let's rest you for a second. Can you lift the, put the phone back down? Yeah, that's cool. Can you just hold the net there?
How do you get out of it?
Yeah, just hold it there. So hold it there so the fish gets a chance to get its breath back.
Nothing's going to
Huh? No, it's not. It's about them going belly over because they're too tired, and then the everything doesn't go through their lungs properly. Right, are we still live, chat? Let me know. That was a bit unexpected. Okay, just, yeah, there he goes.
Oh, he was looking at the fish in the keep net. That's what he was doing.
It's just lying there, you see?
Where?
It's just lying across the bottom of the keep net.
Yeah, he wants to eat the fish inside the keep.
Right. Where were we? I can't hear.
Just find a line from there.
So,
And you untie that.
that's what we're doing, wasn't it? I was untying that.
It's just
Hmm?
it's not moving.
Rhino, he hides behind bushes. When I'm about to give up and go home, he comes out.
Right. Well, your hook length's trashed, do us anyway, look. So you can keep your hook. Is that 10 o'clock? I'm no, nearly 11. Should we bother, or should we just catch a few more fish on the feeder? Right. Okay.
I am wondering if the pipe can try to bite a hole in there or something.
Huh?
I think the pipe might try and bite its way into the keep net.
No, the pipe's just rested. You put those number 4s then, you get them off. You've got a fingernail, that would be good. Well, get them, if you can get them off, then I'll open them up later day. At a later date.
Oh, I'm getting one. I've got one.
We come down trying to catch pike, and the best way to come and catch pike is to fish the feeder. Awesome. I told you it was a good pike. It's still lying there, isn't it?
Looking at the fish.
I don't think it's looking at the fish, it's just resting.
I think the fish are definitely looking at it though.
Yeah, maybe they are. Going, uh-huh. I just thought there was a piece of worm I caught that fish on. Right. Oh. Ding 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 ding.
Still one. Oh, the pipe lying long
Yeah,
in the back.
that's exactly what they're doing.
Wait.
Just waiting.
So we have to come and just check out all the pegs and then check
Just
out
waiting.
the
You need something noisy enough. It needs to be noisy.
bait dropper.
No, it needs to be just... You're in the way there, geese. You're in the way there. Hmm? A bit further, I think we're good. I'm going to put a worm on again next time.
I can barely see it.
Huh? If the boat's in the middle of the lake, in the river, I'm alright. If the boat's on this side, and this one's more on this side, then it's not right. Just switch that to a... Here's the chopped worm again. Right, I'll put a load more chopped worm in there then. Whew. The thing about pike, I think generally they either bite you straight off or you've got a chance. Generally they bite you straight off. Oh. Good idea to bring the other landing out. I thought that might happen today. Well, there might be a chance of it. And you fancy trying to get a pike in one of them?
We can see.
Right. Oh, is it still there, is it? Just leave it. Just leave it. It's resting.
I'm getting fish to go.
Yeah, just leave it, yeah? Just leave the fish. Right, so I think we'll have one more fish and I'll call that it for the stream, I think. Yeah, it's been a good few hours. I think I'll have to go back through the video now and look for all the bits where I'm saying there's a pike, there's a pike, there's a pike.
They eat maggots.
Yeah, I think it would in some circumstances. It's not generally mooching around going, oh, I fancy some maggots for dinner today. It's thinking, I want all of those fish. No, but don't, just leave it. What I don't want to do is I don't want to, by the way, the reason I'm saying leave it is the pike is just resting at the, it's swum out of the landing there and is just sitting on the bottom, resting by my keep net. And I don't want to do anything that's going to cause the fish to open its mouth and get it stuck on my keep net. We will do in a minute. We do a catch shot. That's what we've caught this morning. So we'll go for 3 red maggots. It's a bit short. Right, it's that whip. I think it was a bit short. Let's try and recast that.
It's not a good method.
Huh? It's not the most effective or proficient method to catch the small fish. I agree, but the bream aren't going to come in there.
So you're trying to catch these 2 shoals of bream?
I'm trying to catch the fish that the river's got loads of,
Which is not
and keep the options open for a bigger bonus fish. If we were fishing a match,
You had that big.
if we were fishing a match, I would clearly be fishing the whip at 3 meters. All right, clearly.
You're fishing much,
Huh?
I'm really winning in that.
But we're not fishing a match.
You've got to keep it.
I brought keep nets so we could do a catch shot of the fish that we catch today.
I think you should take it in there.
Huh?
I think you should take it in
After I catch one more fish and we end the stream and say goodbye to everyone, then that's what we'll do. Put that down though, put it back in the rod bag if you want. Huh? Unfortunately, no.
Can you get back in?
Yeah. Alright. Another way to maybe do this is to fish 2 feeders with 2 different lines. Fish hitting it on a drop. And then nothing. This last fish is going to prove difficult to catch. I can sense it. No, it's all right, son.
Let's take it out. Is the pike gone?
Yeah.
Pike's gone.
Yeah. Pike has swum away. Let's try and catch it one more. Ready for a fast bite. Another boat. You look a bit big. Let's try and recast that, I think. Yeah, it's definitely getting hit a lot on that initial cast. Let's try a couple of live maggots. You're not going to get hit, no? And we finish on a roach. So that's it today, everybody. Last fish of the day. A little roach. Have a quick look at the fish that we've caught. And then we'll take a couple of pictures and call it a day, I think. Let's have a look in the net. Matt, just get the mat, get the camera, I think. Wait, hold that. Hold that. Hold that.
Can you put it in the
Yeah, the stream's still on.
Yeah, put it in the net.
Right, and then to get that, take it from the bottom one. You lift to the top. And claw from there.
Any fish?
Yeah, it's okay, son.
Another fish escaped.
Go the way round because of the sun. Do-do-do. Right. Smile. And maybe pick up the biggest fish with one of your hands. Show me the rest. That's it. Lift that one, lift that now, that's it. Biggest roach of the day. Good. Right, well everyone, that's the end of the day. We'll put these fish back and we'll catch you on the next one. There is a perch in there.